All right. Welcome everybody on this fine Tuesday. I know that we're all really busy building our businesses, and I hope that you guys are all excited for hold on, I'm just going to do this. That you guys oh wait, hold on. So I'm just gonna fix my view here. Why is that not working? Whatever. That you guys are all excited for what's coming and that we now have a comp plan that is working so far that we can see. And just a couple housekeeping items that I mentioned before. So you guys can see your volume and your reports now. And and you can see when customers buy stuff, you get an email when people join your team. Like things are really, really working smoothly. So that's pretty awesome. And those of you should have all hopefully bought a pack this month. So you guys know that the packs are available and you can actually buy as many as you want. I had that wrong. I thought you could only buy two. No, you can buy as many packs as you want, but you only get 50% commission on two. Okay, so just to be clear on that, you can buy a bunch, but your sponsor will only get the 15% commission on two packs. That's it, because the company's losing money on those things. Um, and then for the customer referral program, anybody who was not on the Saturday call, if you were not on the Saturday call this past week, it's recorded, it's posted in boards, but they did go over the customer referral program and it's fantastic. So the customer referral program, your customers can refer two people. If those two people buy every month and it's over $100, like in total between the two, that person who did the referring will get a free bottle gel, like a credit of a bottle of gel every month, which is crazy to me, to be honest. I double checked with Barry to make sure that that was right. And he's like, yeah, it's very, very, very generous. Um, so that's really cool. And you can let your customers know about how that works. And so basically, when a customer buys something, they will get an email from the company saying, hey, this is our referral program, and here's your link, and you can share it with your friends. Okay. Has anybody in here seen that email? Has anybody seen it? I've only heard about it. You've seen it, Karen? Has anyone seen that email? Yes? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. If anyone's seen that email, feel free to screenshot it somewhere. Send it to the team so we can see what it looks like.
It's
Okay.
a mythical being right now.
Yeah, I want to see what this email looks
Unicorn.
like, but I've only heard about it. Anyway, okay. Okay, so just a couple things before I let Leigh take over. Make sure, like in this business, we don't need to overcomplicate it. They set up a conversation plan so that we are helping customers. Customers. The more customers you have in your base shop, the more income, monthly income that you're going to have. Yes, we want to build teams, of course, but the customers are going to be the backbone. And in order to get customers, we want to be a product of the product. So in my household, we've used the gel for like everything. My kids are using it, my husband's using it, for cramps and for headaches and for this and this and that and the other. And so I challenge you guys, if you're using it for just one thing, try it for a bunch of other things, because the more stories you have in your toolbox about what it could do, like Darlene, she uses it for arthritis. But I know that you probably have used it for your sunburns, preventative and afterwards, and other things, and headaches. All right. So the more that you use this, the better, because just remember, people, when you're giving it to people, we want to make sure we're not saying this is a pain reliever. It's not a pain reliever. It is a gel that contains carnosine and magnesium, and your body recognizes those molecules, and it can do 1,000 different things in the body with those molecules. So if somebody is putting on their hand for their arthritis and they don't feel anything for 3 weeks, the body is taking those molecules and putting it somewhere else. It's either, maybe it's going to the heart, maybe it's going to the brain, maybe like who knows. But the carnosine is doing something. So just make sure you guys are setting the expectations with people that we're just giving the body a tool and the body's doing the work. Okay. And that when you're sharing this stuff on social media, which maybe Leigh will touch on this, I'm not sure because she's a social media superstar, but when you're sharing stuff on socials, we want to make sure it's the stories that are connecting people with what we're saying, not images of Lactago. Like, yes, you can put images of Lactago, but like the person who's never seen it before doesn't get it. They don't know what carnosine is. Nobody knows what carnosine is. People know what magnesium is, clearly. But carnosine, you're like, oh, carnosine is great, it's magical, whoa. But nobody really understands what it is. So you have to teach people in your post or your story or whatever what it is and how it helped you, but no one cares about the science except for us, honestly. Like the average person does not care. Like, do you care how polysporin works? How it fights the bacteria? No one cares. They just care that it works. And so make sure with ours that you're sharing the stories. It's the stories of how it's helping. And when somebody reads your post or listens to your story, they're thinking, what is in it for me? WIIFM, right? And so you have to make sure that you're portraying how is this going to be a benefit to the average person and to the people that you're talking to. And this is a numbers game, so just make sure again that if you're talking to one person once a week, your results are going to reflect that. If you're talking to somebody new every day, you're going to have to talk to a lot of people to get people to join and to get people to try it, because a lot of people are just, they're leery of trying new things and stuff like that. And it's a numbers game. So if you have a smaller circle, you need to maybe get out of the box and get creative on how can you connect with your community? Can you get involved in business networking groups? Can you go to markets? Can you connect with coaches? Like, how can you get out there and sort of connect with more people and share the story? And like, one of my favorite things to do is take people for coffee dates. I take people for coffee dates all the time. And when they're in the booth with me, they can't escape. So I can talk about this, but I let them do most of the talking. I let them do most of the talking, and I'm picking up on their pain points. And I'm asking them questions, and I pick them up and pick it up. And then by the time they're asked, like, oh, what's going on with you? Oh, well. And then I'll talk about the business, and I will relate the gel specifically to things they'd be interested based on what they told me. There is a big difference between like me listening and giving them solutions versus me like, oh my God, I just got we're trying this new business and it's this gel and it does this and it does that and it's so great and it's so magical. And they're like, what the, that's yeah. Bleh. And I'll be honest, I've puked on people before. We've all done it. But it's not very effective. Okay. And just make sure, just the last thing before I toss this off onto Leigh, is that people are going to follow your energy more so than exactly what you're saying. So it's the music that you're producing. Trent has talked about this before. It's how you are presenting it. How are you passionate? Are you excited? Does it really light a fire in your bones? If you're calling people and you're like, in your brain, you're thinking, oh, well, this isn't really going anywhere because no one else has signed up and blah, blah, like that subconscious programming and that non-belief is going to transfer to that person. And people follow people who are like full of energy, not necessarily full of energy because you could be an introvert, but it's your confidence and your belief is so important. And the best way to build that is by, being around the campfire, coming to these meetings, learning, and then talking more. So somebody has told me last week and they're like, man, Kat, you're so fluent when you talk about this. I don't know if I could do that. And I'm like, I've just had lots of practice. So if you're part of the business and you've been a part of the business for a year and everybody that knows you doesn't know you're doing this, you're not getting out there enough. You need to be at that point where everyone in your circle knows you're the gel dealer in town. You know what I mean? Like you need to be the person that, and eventually what's going to happen is when you keep talking to people, they will talk to somebody who will talk to somebody and people will start finding you after a while. So anyway, okay. So that's all I'm going to talk about. I'm going to introduce Leigh. So those who haven't met Leigh, there she is. I don't know where she is on your screen, but she's waving. Okay. Uh, she's a mom and she's a business coach. And she's been in the direct sales industry for over 10 years. And she's won awards in previous businesses for her ability to lead a team and her ability to create communities. And she's a rock star leader in this industry. And she's very, very good at the social selling. So the social media. If you have not connected with her on social media, I would definitely give her a follow and see what she's posting because her stuff is genius. It's really great. And she was also a Ray Higdon coach. Okay, if you guys don't know who Ray Higdon is, look him up. But he's a rock star in this industry as well. And she's a coach for him. And then she also works with Stacy and Nicole, who've also worked with him as a business coach, coaching businesses and how to be successful and how to manage their time and all that. So I'm going to let her take it away, and she's going to teach about building confidence in your consistency and your daily method of operation so that you can be successful in this. Because if we treat it like a hobby, we get hobby results. And then people say, well, it doesn't work. Well, there's things that you need to do to make it work. And this is what she's going to teach. Okay. I'm going to mute myself and let you go ahead, Leigh.
Hi, everybody. She stole my line. I was going to say where your energy goes, but it's it's fine. We're on the same wavelength when it comes to the energetic stuff. I'm a big believer in where you put your energy and the type of energy you put behind your actions, how it will enhance your action. Who here? I'm watching your screen. Okay. Who here has heard of a DMO? We've got one. So this is going to be super amazing. Okay, so we got two people. Okay, so if you've been in the selling world, we have something called, oh, we got three. Yes. Okay, three. This is great. It doesn't matter if you know, because I'm going to tell you guys, it's fine. First things first, I am a little bit of a squirrel. I get excited very easily and sometimes I get distracted, but it's always because a tangent has struck my brain of creativity. That's how I work. But because I'm a squirrel, I have to have a set of guidelines that I follow every day. Otherwise, I don't always get the things done I need to. I have an 8-year-old, I homeschool, I have been running businesses online for 10 years, like Kat said. And sometimes you need a guide. You need something that's going to keep you on track for your business. Because if you're not taking the actual actions, because you can spend 5 hours editing a video, but is that an action that's going to bring new conversations to you? I like to think of social media. Most social media posts are marketing. They're a chance for people to come and get to know you and see what you're about, whether it's you as a human, whether it's the value you bring, whether it's something you're going to benefit them with. But those things are marketing. They are not the conversation starter. In most cases, sometimes they will be. And ultimately, that's a goal, is to bring people in that way. But it's the outgoing action that you have control of that will transform and build your business and your confidence. Because I believe we have a relationship with ourself. And when we say we're going to do something and then we don't do it, we have just broken trust. We've broken the trust with our inner self. And most of us, I'm just looking at the women here, men too, but I know as a woman, it's really easy to do for others, to commit to doing things for others. But when it comes to committing to doing things for yourself, it's easy to let that slide, right? It's easy. So the DMO is your daily method of operation. Oh, she's just responding. Okay. See, I am not going to look at comments until the end. So save your questions and we'll hit them at the end. Okay. So if you come up with something, please write it down and I'll do my best to answer for you. Okay. So a daily method of operation, it's an action plan. It's income producing outgoing activities that are chances to create conversations and relationships. Think of it as your roadmap, okay? And your roadmap can look like anything. There are people who have really complicated roadmaps, all right? They have a lot of actions they take, but you don't have to. I want you guys to remove any judgment you might have or comparison of what someone else does, because I'm going to ask you here in a little bit to give me some numbers, okay? And I don't want you to be scared to share because it doesn't matter what anyone else is doing. It matters what you do, okay? So this is all about being simple. It's an action that you can replicate every single day on your worst day, not necessarily on your best day, because sometimes you're going to be on rock star mode, and you're going to be able to do like all the things at once, and you're going to feel so good. But then there are going to be days when you barely feel like hitting send, right? Some days it's hard to even pull up the energy to show up in the chat or for yourself. Take a shower, friend. Take a shower, wash your face. Sometimes those are hard days, right? So a DMO is going to make it simple for you to show up and feel successful and rebuild the relationship with yourself that will cause you to be in action, because motivation is BS. Okay. Consistency and building a routine of repetition in your actions is where the magic happens. Okay. So we're going to go over that in just a little bit. So why does it help you? It takes the guesswork out of what you need to do. Sometimes you wake up, show of hands, you wake up and you're like, I know I need to do something for my business. I'm going to go check Facebook. Oh, and then 2 hours later, you saw some kitten videos and somebody looked real cute. But what did you do? Was that an income producing activity? It can be, it can build to it, but let's be honest. We are human. Sometimes we scroll. We get distracted. We're in our feelings, okay? So what this does is it helps you keep your energy focused because once you accomplish your tasks, celebration, I'm big on celebration. When you can accomplish a task that you set yourself, be it simple, be it complicated, you're gonna feel so good. Have you ever been putting off cleaning a room? And then you're like, all right, today's the day. I'm gonna clean my bathroom. And then you do it and you feel so good. Like you're like, yes, that's a dopamine endorphin hit that you can turn your business into. So every time you take an action and accomplish it, you've just lit yourself up from the inside. You are building a neural pathway that needs to be touched every single day and filled to make it big. We'll talk about neural pathways another day because I can go on for hours because I love self-development. Okay, just so you guys know. It's also a great way to help you track. It's going to help you track your measurable actions because you can't track whether you write down whether you want to sell $500. You don't have control over those people ordering, right? What you do have control over is how many people you talk to, how many people you touch, how many conversations you have, how many problems you've listened to and offered a solution to. Just like she said, go to a coffee shop, they can't get away. But she's also listening because so much of what we do is relationships. And when you're touching new people and then going back and touching new and people you've talked to before, it's you're building a relationship not just with them, but you're creating a space of energy. Like I said, I'm into the energy stuff. So it benefits you by helping you to make your day simple. You can accomplish your task like that and then be done. Move on. Go do other things. Okay. So this is focused action. This is not, I'm just going to talk to people randomly throughout the day. You're going to make a decision on how many people you're going to talk to, whether it's follow up, whether it's a cold contact, a new reach out, you met someone at school or at church. We're going to start talking to people. This is how you build your confidence through consistency. Because if you're not being consistent, all right, I'm going to rewind just a second. The work you do today for some people may not show up for 3 months. You have to take this in and you cannot be attached to the outcome of these actions. It's really important for you guys, especially as you're getting started in your business. And I don't want to get all heavy on you, but it's true. Sometimes people are going to move a little more slowly, but they're still taking the action. You have to decide what kind of outcome you want for your business and then match the DMO to that outcome. And the outcome is going to be financial, it's going to be lifestyle, it's going to be emotional, it's going to be confidence. But if you're only focused on the outcomes without taking action, you're going to be constantly disappointed in yourself. And that's not how you grow, and it's not how you thrive, and it's not how you attract people who want to grow and thrive too. Okay? So, consistency is something that you guys have to develop. We're really good at taking care of other people. Like I said, we're kids. We feed our kids every single day. We are consistent. That's a win. We gotta recognize our wins. Okay, kids are still alive. The pets are alive. You go to work if you go to work. You drink water. Hopefully, you're drinking water. If you're not, go do it. But consistency is something that isn't just a word that people say it all the time. But how do I be consistent? I don't know how to be consistent. I'm doing stuff, but I'm not seeing results. And so you get down on yourself and you stop. Anybody? I know I put your hands up, friends, because we've all been there. It doesn't matter where you're at. There we go. There are my hands. It doesn't matter where you've been at in your business. Doesn't matter. Barry's had days. Chastity's had days. Kat's had days. Kyle's had days. We've all had days where we just didn't feel proud of ourselves. Okay. And then we develop a method to the madness that helps us feel proud, no matter whether we got a sale or not. And that's what we're going to do next. Okay. So we're going to make a DML real quick for you guys. This is a great way for you guys to track your outgoing action, the amount of people you've spoken to, the amount of people you've followed up with. You can also track the sales it's converted into. But remember, that is a metric that will show up as you take the action. Okay. You guys, I'm going to flip my paper over. I gave myself an outline. Remember, I'm a squirrel. Okay. I get distracted very easily. So what I want you guys to do right now is think in your head, and it doesn't matter what anybody else says. I want you to put in the chat how many people you reached out to today. How many conversations did you have? And this is a safe space. There's no judgment. 1, awesome, Darlene. 1 is better than none. And if you were at none, this is going to help you. This is going to help you increase that number so that next week, when you hop on your next call with Kat or your check-in, you're going to be able to say, I talked to this many people. I feel so good about myself. You guys, I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. Taking action is incredible. Fantastic. Every single person in here has had a conversation. That's wonderful. Okay, so let's think about on your worst day. Now, these reach outs can be people you have in your phone, these people that you could be connected with on social media. They could be people in your store. It could be something as simple as talking to someone in the grocery store line or at the liquor store or at the hardware store. Lots of times there's nice little old men or women working there and they're rubbing their hands. Is that a contact? That's a contact. It's someone that may need you. So, how many people can you talk to tomorrow comfortably? Let's just pick a number. This is your number that no matter what, on your worst day, on your best day, your minimum is how many people. Put how many you think that is. It can be 10, it can be 2, it can be 1. What we're doing is we're starting. We're starting. We're going to build confidence a step at a time. Awesome. Darlene's going to start with 2. Now that's 2 cold reach outs or 2 new contacts. New. I also want you to add in 2 follow ups. I want you to follow up with two people, meet 2 people, whether it's through your phone, whether it's in public or out and about, the library, wherever you are. Yes, going to supper with new people. I love that. So we are reaching out, connecting with 2 new, 2 follow-ups, and then I want you guys to think about your social media. Okay, this is a really simple DMO for you. We're going to make this so easy that you don't have a choice but to do it. Okay, I mean, you can still choose not to do it because you are your own boss. No one here is your boss, right? We're not your mamas. We're not your papas. We can't sing. Maybe some of you can. I can't. Um, but the goal here is to start somewhere. And so if you reach out to 2 new people, talk to 2 new people every single day next week, how many people will you have talked to? New people will you have talked to? Somebody put the math in the comments. 14. Like, is that more than you talked to last month? Is it more than you talked to last week? Is it more than you talked to in 3 months? Everybody's shaking their head no on that one, so I love it. But think about that. If you just do a simple 2 people at a time every single day, just saying, hey, have you heard of Lactigo? Check out this stuff with value, right? Use your own energy. I'm spazzy. Okay. I get really excited really easily. And I try not to vomit because just so you guys all know, like she said, no one actually cares about the science. Talk to them like you're talking to a 3rd grader. It's relatable. Everyone will understand it. Okay. So you've got 14 reach outs to do this week. Now, what I like to add in for your social media, who here is trying to grow on social media? Are you using it or is it just kind of an extra? We got 1, 2. You guys don't have to use social media. Okay. This can be done in person entirely, right? Some of the biggest sellers in the company right now are purely in person. They have almost 0 social media presence. It's fine. There's no right or wrong. There's no wrong way to run this business, any business, as long as you show up and have those contacts, those new relationship building moments. So you've written down your DMO for this week. You've talked to your 14, you've started your conversations with 14 new people. Guess who your follow-ups are for next week? Those same 14 people. And then the follow-ups from this week can be your past customers, right? But it can also include, hey, do you have anyone you know that's, having trouble with stuff? Like I know that my dad has feet issues. Can you think of someone that has foot issues or just doesn't have energy? Just start conversations. Is there anyone you can point in my direction or point me at that I could offer a solution to that's not icky? Because I'm not going to be icky. I'm going to bring value and I'm going to help you feel better. But sometimes we have to ask. If you don't ask, you cannot get. Okay. So just the math will start to add up. The more we do this, and what I'm going to suggest is every week you review what you've done. Okay, go back to the list. You're going to want to write these down. So you can have a clipboard, you can have a spreadsheet. If you're a super organized person like Kat, I bet she's going to do a spreadsheet. Scribbles on a notepad, it's fine, but something you can track that you won't lose. Yes, I love it. We got journals. You can use the notes in your phone. You could even use your Facebook Messenger. You could notes to yourself in your Facebook Messenger, okay? Or text yourself on your phone. Whatever works for you, as long as you're tracking who you reached out to, whether they're a follow up or a new contact, whether they had interest or an order. You could even put down special notes about the conversation. Is there something of interest? I like to lead with product because it's just going to help so many people. And then once people try it, they're going to potentially be curious. You're making money doing this? Well, how do you do that? And then you bring in your dream team, right? You have your three-way conversations. So on your DMO, the goal is to find their problems, have conversations with people, be a human. And I don't know that I can stress that enough. We are not here to regurgitate all of the data and facts about carnosine. We are about telling our story. So if you don't know how to tell your story in a succinct, simple way, talk to Kat or talk to somebody in the chat. You could even write it out if you want to. It's basically a mini commercial of yourself. Okay. You're sharing your story. So for social media, I got to see that was squirrel moment. I got a little off track. For your social media, what I like to do, if that's where you want to build, you need to give to get. That means you can't just be scrolling and waiting for people to interact on your content. You have to interact on other people's content. So I don't want to overdo your simple DMO, but let's add in some outgoing action for you guys. Okay. You're going to pick, let's pick 5 people to start. Those 5 people, and you can be strategic with this. You can pick people you want to see your content. You can pick people you want to have on your team. You can pick people that you know would benefit from. Oh, we got it. We okay, put some more gel on that. Um, she's got it right there. People you would like to have in your business or get product on. Okay. They're going to start to be exposed to you because if you guys don't know about it, there's something called the Facebook algorithm. And the algorithm determines who you should see and who should see you depending on your interaction because it's a social platform, which means Facebook is tracking who you interact with, how you talk to them. Do you leave comments or do you just like and scroll? Do you watch the whole video? How long do you spend on people's posts? They have all that data and they're determining what of your network sees you. Because if you guys don't know, like less than 5% of your network sees what you have, what you post. Okay. Don't feel bad about it. It's just the beast. It is what it is, which is why we do the outgoing activity. Um, so choose your 5 people. On those 5 people, you're going to go and drop a little heart on their post because social media has become such a influence on people's emotional state. If you interact with them, they're going to want to come and interact with you. It's a give and get, right? And then you're going to leave a comment on 3 separate posts, 3 to 5 words. Could be even more, could be 10 words. Something meaningful, not just, oh, it's such a pretty day. It needs to be something to do with the post, something that inspired you or something along those lines. Oh my gosh, that's such a cute outfit. Mike, you probably can't say that. I mean, you could. Or, that's a really cute dog. How old is she? What are things that start conversations that you can respond to that get other people, maybe even in the comments? And so you're going to do that for 3 days straight. Okay, those same people, 5, 10, 15, however many people you feel you can commit to and be consistent with. This is all about your decision. You deciding how much action you are comfortable taking and then pushing yourself a little. Because where you're uncomfortable is where you need to grow. Sorry, but it's true. It's true. So on the 3rd day, you're then going to make these people one of your contacts on your list of your reach outs. Hey, you keep showing up in my newsfeed. I just wanted to say thank you for being such a positive influence and lighting up my life. Something charming. Okay, if you need help with words, ask in the chats. We might even be able to come up with some scripts for you guys. But if you are using scripts, please don't use them as scripts. Take them as inspiration because I say amazeballs. Who here says amazeballs? Okay, Kat, if you guys don't say amazeballs, don't copy something from someone else that says amazeballs. Okay? You need to be you and you need to be authentic. I mean, we've all copied a post once or twice, right? Let's be real. We have. But take it put it in your words, even edit the image a little. You guys are getting a little bit of social media training as we do this. So sorry, not sorry. And you're going to interact with these people. And then they become your follow ups, and your list just grows and you can cycle through it. One of the things I like to do through Messenger on Facebook or Instagram, whatever, is when you're in a mode of growth and activity and outreach, you're going to be able to see your activity, right? You're going to have a whole list of people you've reached out to. Some of them won't respond. We are not going to be attached to whether they respond or not. Okay, friends? We're just going to bless and release. But what we are going to do is we're going to be able to look at that in 3 months, and we're going to be able to scroll back down and say, oh, I need to talk to these people again. I need to check in and see what's going on. Who do I need to build more relationship with? Or who do I need to bless and release? Because it's okay to do that too. You can be critical of who you allow into your space through social media. And if you know someone in your phone is a negative Nancy, do you want a negative Nancy on your team? You can still offer them gel and help them feel better, but they need to make the decision on their own. You don't be critical of who you want in your space and your energy, okay? So, your DMO isn't just tasks. It's about building your confidence through those little daily actions. Because if you know that you need to get 2 messages out, you can bash that out and then be like, yeah, look at what I did, right? And I'm going to expect you guys to celebrate because I'm in your chat. So instead of just doing it and then being a quiet little mouse in the chat, I want you to say, let's just say DML. Drop it in the chat. You guys don't have to do this, but how cool would it be to have a group of people all taking action, showing that they're taking action, accomplishing that action, and celebrating each other? That's how you build community. That's how you build momentum as a group, because you're all like, yeah, we did it. We did it at the end of the day. And you can do it whenever it works for you. Doesn't have to be in the morning. It can be at lunch. It could be in the evening. You have to make this, you are all here making this work around your life. And you have to be unapologetic about that, which also means you should not be living in your phone. Okay. You set your timer. I love timers. Set a timer and do only the outgoing action that you've planned to do. You're going to send out 5 messages. You're only sending out messages right now. You're not responding right now. That check marks off. Then you finish it, and then you can come back and respond. Get that action done. Eat the frog, or if it's like, I don't know, a bat. It's Halloween. Whatever it is, get the action done and be really proud of it, because that's how you guys are going to grow. Because at the end of the month, how many people are you going to have talked to between now and the end of the month if you talk to 2 new people every day? Somebody do the math. A lot of people. That's over 60. Can you imagine in 3 months' time if you did this and you spoke to over 60 people and that multiplied to 100 and 140, 120, something like that? Don't make me do math. It's not my thing on the fly. Okay. It's not my thing. But can you imagine what would happen if you just did that consistently? Just that level of action? But that's the minimum. We're in a phase right now where minimum is acceptable. But do you want the maximum paycheck? Do you want the maximum growth for you and your team? And the great thing is, you can teach this to your downline. You can simply say, okay, today, this is what we're going to start on. We're going to start with 2 people. If you give them simple actions, it makes it easy to follow through. And then they check in with you. This is a duplication tool, because you're not just doing it yourself. You're teaching the people who come in to work with you. It's simple. It's not always easy, but it's simple to accomplish these tasks. Okay, I think I've beat the DMO to death. Does anybody have any questions or thoughts that I can help with? You can raise your hand or unmute. And if not, that's fine.
I love it. That's awesome. I absolutely love that. One thing that I just want to add on the social media that I like to do is I keep an eye on whose birthdays are happening. And when
Yes.
birthdays, I post on their page, but I also like to send them a private message through Messenger, because when you message someone on Facebook and Messenger, they think, oh, you guys are friends. And then you start seeing
Yeah.
a ton of stuff. And it could be a random person you don't even know, but you wish them a happy birthday.
Please don't sell them anything
Oh, no,
on
I'm
that
just saying
message.
happy
I'm
birthday.
just saying. Yes,
I
yes.
just say happy birthday is what I'm saying.
Who
If you
here
know
likes
the people,
checklists?
oh, sorry. I
No, go
say
ahead.
if I know the person a little bit, my wife and I will actually sing happy birthday, and it
Love
won't be
that.
it won't be really nice, but it'll be fun.
That's people love that.
Yeah.
Laura Lee.
Thanks. I just wanted to make sure when you're talking about reaching out to people, are you talking about reaching out to people about the business or just like Kat said, a happy birthday?
So that counts as a touch.
Okay.
I would love for you guys to reach out and start a conversation, see what's going on with them, and then you can say, I've got a product for that. It doesn't have to be instant, but we're starting conversations with new people. We're starting new relationships with people. Um, so a reach out's a reach out at this point. We're just starting. Okay. So if you're going to do a happy birthday, I would love for you to ask at the end, happy birthday. What are your plans for the day? Are you doing anything special? Like, we want to be human and we want people to care about us. We don't just want to be a number. I do actually. Who here likes checklists? I knew you would. All right. So I actually have a DMO that I've created for my clients. Would you guys like a little copy? Okay. Okay. Fabulous. Another for those of you who are not wanting to build on social media, I got a little tip for you. Take 5 pennies or 2 pennies or 3 pennies, however many people you want to connect with, put them in your left hand pocket or right, and you don't get to go home until you have taken a penny out of the left pocket, put it in your right because you talked to new people.
Mm.
That just gives you a physical reminder because not everybody's going to build online. But the principles are the same. That's right. We're connecting, we're talking to people. And please, when you're out connecting with new people in public, don't feel weird asking for their contact. You know what's really easy? Cat, role play with me.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right. We are in the grocery line. We're talking, we're having a great little conversation. And I'm gonna go, Kat, you're just so much fun. I feel like we really vibe. Can we just be Facebook friends?
Oh yeah, sure. I'd love to be with
So
you.
let me give you my phone. Will you type yourself in? Why? Because then they're typed into your phone. You have them send the friend request, and then you can screenshot it and you can save the person you talked to. That was not my idea. I stole that. Okay, I stole that from my friend Amy. But it's a great technique. You could be out in public and just making friends because not everybody's going to be comfortable giving out their phone number. We're going to live in a weird world, okay? Facebook is safe-ish. You can stalk each other without being too creepy, okay? So don't be afraid to say, let's be friends. Just be bold. People want people to like them.
I love
Nichols in Canada. There we go. Awesome. All right. Do we have any other questions or anything I can help you guys with? If not, we're going to respect your time and let you go get some DMO done.
Yeah, I love that. I love everything that you shared. And I think the daily method of operation is so important because so many people build this in like little spurts. Like they don't do anything for 2 weeks, and then one day they do some stuff, and then they don't do anything for a week, and then, and it's not going to give you that, like what you said. I love how you brought in the neural pathways and stuff because you know how everyone's addicted to your phone. Like you get a ding and you're like it's like, um you get those hormone releases or whatever, right? It's the same
Mhm.
as like it's the same receptors as like cocaine, okay? Like it's there's a reason why people like the dings and the dings and the dings and the dings. But when you connect with somebody and they connect back with you, like when you have that accomplishment that you did something, it also releases feel good hormones. And so if you can do just even if it's one person a day, one
Be
new
addicted to the
person, that's
action.
something. That's 30 people a month that you didn't talk to before because you went 2 weeks without doing anything, right?
Who here can commit to 2 people a week or 2 people a day? All right, Mike. If you guys are scared, it's okay. I won't judge you. It's fine. You have to decide what works for you. There's no judgment here. This is a safe space, okay? But I challenge you to pick a number that might be a little bit uncomfortable, but not so uncomfortable you won't do it. Okay, so if you say, I'm going to go for the stars, I'm going to talk to 100 people today, you're going to get blocked on Facebook. But two, you're not going to do 100 people. Pick a number that is, you're going to get blocked. You're going to get on Facebook jail. So don't do that. But start. Just start taking action. Yes, two. I love it. We've got commitment. That's all I ask. And then next week, add 1 or 2. Decide what you can do because the more you do now, as we get ready to launch. That's that energy, that momentum you're putting out there is going to build, and it's going to build, and all of a sudden it's going to be like a landslide of awesome. Who else wants a landslide of awesome? Yeah, I think we all do. We all do.
And the
And
other
I'm gonna
thing
shut.
too, that's really important in what you said is if you're reaching out to 2 new contacts a day, that doesn't mean you're trying to talk to them about gel. Okay, you're touching, you're reaching out to people, you're connecting, and you're constantly going back to those people. So you're planting seeds, and some seeds might sprout in March. Some seeds you might not get to till Christmas, or like you just don't know. Depends on what's happening, right?
And a seed might come back tomorrow and be like, okay, well, I guess I do need that gel. I just saw your post.
Yeah, exactly.
It works hand in hand.
I have so I do have a spreadsheet, but what I like is this Ray Higdon journal specifically for network marketing, and it has and I sell them if anybody wants any. I don't sell them. I just have some to sell. But it has like daily action steps and who you're grateful for and then your goals and your contacts and like it's just really nice. Yeah. Yeah. So Leigh, if you could share that, you could post it in the boards, please,
Yep,
somewhere,
I
find
will.
somewhere, and then toss it in the chat as well.
You got it.
Team chat. And then but thank you. That was great. Does anybody else have any questions or things they want to share? Are we all excited about doing something every day to grow our business because people need what we have?
There we go. He's got a
Tyler.
t-shirt starting the conversation.
Nice shirt, Tyler.
Love it.
That's
All
fun.
right, friends.
All right. If anyone
Thanks
has
for taking the
questions,
time.
thank you, Leigh. That was amazing. I took a lot of notes and I will post this in boards for everybody. And I hope everybody learned a lot and got some yay.
All right, friends, go kick some booty. I'm
All
going
right,
to be
thanks,
watching the
Leigh.
chat.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Leigh. Thanks, Kat.
You're
Bye.
welcome, guys.
Bye, guys.
Thank you.